Have you ever left a public situation and instantly felt it? That quiet drop in respect? Maybe it was something you said. Maybe the way you reacted. Maybe the way you tried to explain yourself. Nothing dramatic happened, but afterward people looked at you differently. This video is about those moments. The public mistakes that quietly destroy power, reputation, and authority without anyone openly confronting you. Machiavelli understood that power isn't usually lost in private. It's lost in public, when others are watching how you speak, react, and carry yourself under pressure. If you've ever felt that after a meeting, a group conversation, or an online exchange, people suddenly felt more comfortable challenging you, dismissing you, or testing you. This is why. In this video, we'll break down 9 things you should never do in public based on Machiavellian psychology. These aren't social rules or etiquette. They're rules of perception, restraint, and control. Stay until the end, because the final point explains why a single public mistake can undo years of silent authority, and how to make sure that never happens again. In the territory of strangers, we are blank slates. No history, no reputation. First impressions set fast, defining us in moments. Reveal too much and you hand over your power. The calm, composed observer holds the advantage, projecting quiet confidence and restraint. In this silent theatre, your posture, your silence, and your self-possession speak louder than words. Authority begins not with what you reveal, but with what you wisely choose to withhold. In social groups, the quest for validation is a subtle trap. Seeking constant approval through nervous glances, excessive joking, or dominating conversation bleeds authority and reveals insecurity. True power is quiet confidence, sharing opinions without needing consensus, listening more than speaking, and inviting others in. The master of ceremonies gives attention away, not hoards it. In the end, restraint and self-assurance are the real sources of social strength. In the professional world, every word and gesture is a move in a high-stakes game. Power is projected through quiet confidence, not over-explanation or emotional outbursts. The true leader speaks with restraint, lets actions speak, and never hands over authority by seeking constant validation. Composure under pressure builds lasting respect. In this arena, your calm is your fortress. Project certainty, and others will follow. In public conflict, you are not just arguing. You are performing before a watchful crowd. The true error is to meet aggression with aggression, lowering your status and appearing out of control. Instead, remain calm and composed. Refuse to be drawn into the fray. Your silence and poise are your greatest weapons. Show that the fight is beneath you, and your opponent's attacks become meaningless, like pebbles thrown against a mountain. Navigating the currents around those with more power is delicate. In these rarefied circles, every action is magnified. The powerful seek not sycophants, but those with calm competence and self-possession. Show respect through listening, thoughtful speech, and quiet excellence, not fawning. Project calm confidence, act as if you belong, and you'll be seen as a future ally, worthy of respect and trust. In the intricate social world, a leader's true strength is revealed not by public displays of dominance, but by how they treat those with less power. Public humiliation or arrogance may seem effective, but it sows seeds of resentment and weakens loyalty. True power is felt, not forced. A wise leader lifts others up, cultivating loyalty and support. The arrogant leader, isolated and feared, finds themselves alone when crisis comes, undone by the very people they sought to control. If this is making you reflect, a like quietly helps more than you think. The digital landscape is an unforgiving wilderness. Here, reputation is fragile, every action amplified and preserved forever. Engaging with negativity only feeds the aggressor and entangles you further. Silence is not weakness, but control. Oversharing surrenders your mystique, handing rivals a map to your vulnerabilities. The public platform is not a diary, but a curated gallery. Project competence, restraint, and control. Share your true self only with a trusted few. Online validation is fleeting, but respect is enduring. In the turbulent court of human emotion, public displays of vulnerability are a high-risk maneuver. To reveal unfiltered feelings is to signal a loss of control, often judged as weakness. The world catalogues and remembers these cracks, using them as ammunition. Like a distress signal, your openness can attract predators and embolden rivals. Each public outburst becomes evidence, dissected and judged. The true master processes emotion in private, presenting only strength and composure to the world. If these ideas resonate, you may want to stay connected. New videos like this come regularly. In the complex theatre of human society, one is never truly off stage. Even in moments of perceived quiet, when no words are exchanged, a silent broadcast is perpetually transmitted. This broadcast is composed of your posture, your gestures, the subtle nuances of your expression. People are, by their very nature, decoders of these non-verbal signals. They are constantly watching, evaluating, and forming conclusions. How you carry yourself when you believe no one is paying attention is perhaps the most honest testament to your character and your internal sense of power. It is here that your reputation is forged in its purest form. Consider the simple act of waiting. An individual who slouches, fidgets, or constantly checks their device broadcasts an aura of impatience, anxiety, and a lack of presence. They appear to be at the mercy of their environment, waiting to be acted upon. In stark contrast, one who stands or sits with a calm, deliberate posture, back straight, movements measured, gaze steady, communicates an entirely different message. This individual projects an image of self-possession and control. They are not merely waiting, they are occupying their space with purpose. Observers instinctively register this as a sign of authority. This constant evaluation extends to every facet of your being. The tone of your voice, even in a casual greeting, is measured. Is it firm and clear, or hesitant and thin? The way you make eye contact, is it direct and confident, or fleeting and evasive? Every one of these minute details contributes to a larger mosaic of perception. People are wired to seek out leaders, to identify those who are comfortable in their own skin. Your non-verbal cues are the primary data they use to make this assessment, often unconsciously, long before a single substantive word has been spoken. Therefore, the astute individual understands that self-awareness is a continuous state. They cultivate a default bearing of composure and restraint, making it a part of their very nature. This isn't a performance that is switched on and off. It is a discipline that is integrated into their being. By mastering their own silent broadcast, they ensure that the message being received is always one of strength, confidence, and unwavering control. They know that even when they are silent, they are communicating volumes, and they choose to make that communication a declaration of their power. In any situation where one is being formally or informally evaluated, the most potent tool is often not what you do, but what you choose not to do. Restraint is a language of power that is universally understood. The ability to remain silent when provoked, to stay still when others are frantic, to listen more than you speak. These are not signs of passivity. They are profound demonstrations of discipline and control. An individual who can master their impulses in a high-pressure environment immediately elevates their status in the eyes of their evaluators. They project an aura of someone who is not reactive, but strategic. Think of a negotiation or a difficult meeting. The person who feels the need to fill every silence, to counter every point immediately, or to display their knowledge at every opportunity, often reveals their insecurity. They are broadcasting a need for validation. The more powerful player, however, is comfortable with the pause. They use silence as a tool to create pressure, to encourage the other party to reveal more than they intended. Their restraint communicates that they are unthreatened, that they have the confidence to wait for the opportune moment to act or speak. This deliberate inaction is often more intimidating than any aggressive display. This principle holds true for your physical presence as well. Unnecessary jerky movements betray a nervous system in overdrive. In contrast, stillness is a hallmark of the predator, the apex creature that conserves its energy for the decisive moment. When you are being watched, cultivate an economy of motion. Let your gestures be purposeful and deliberate. When you are seated, remain composed. This physical calm translates directly into perceived mental and emotional fortitude. It tells observers that you are not easily rattled, that your mind is clear and your resolve is firm, regardless of the external pressures being applied. Ultimately, people are not just evaluating your skills or your words. They are assessing your character. They are asking themselves, is this a person I can trust in a crisis? Is this someone who will hold their nerve when the stakes are high? Your demonstrated capacity for restraint provides the answer. It is the silent, irrefutable evidence that you are in command of yourself and therefore capable of commanding others and commanding the situation. In the subtle dance of power, it is the quiet, controlled contender, not the noisy, frantic one who is perceived as the true master of the game. Let me pause here briefly. One of the hardest parts of maintaining control in public isn't knowledge, it's emotional regulation. Impulses, over-explaining, people-pleasing, or reacting under pressure often come from patterns we don't fully see. If you're working on emotional control, clarity, or breaking self-sabotaging habits, professional support can help. If you choose to explore it, there's a link in the description to online therapy, and you can use the code THERAPY20 for 20% off. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about removing what weakens you in public. We have journeyed through the intricate landscapes of human interaction, from the crowded anonymity of strangers to the watchful eyes of our evaluators. Across these diverse terrains, a single unifying principle emerges, a truth as fundamental to social survival as it is to the natural world. Power is not maintained through grand pronouncements or overt displays of force. It is cultivated in the quiet moments, in the careful management of perception. It is a game of shadows and light, where what is withheld is often more significant than what is revealed. True, lasting authority is forged through restraint. Silence, as we have seen, is not an absence of communication. It is one of its most potent forms. It is a shield against provocation and a space for strategy. The control of one's public self, the conscious decision to present a facade of composure even amidst internal tempests, is the ultimate discipline. Every public moment is a performance, and every observer is an audience, a jury, and a potential rival. To forget this is to leave your flank exposed, to allow others to write the narrative of who you are. The power to define yourself is a power you must never cede. And so we arrive at Machiavelli's final, most critical warning, a piece of wisdom that echoes through the centuries. Your reputation is not merely a reflection of your past actions. It is the very armor that protects your future. It is your shield in conflict, your currency in negotiation, and the foundation upon which your influence is built. It precedes you into every room and lingers long after you have gone. It is a fragile construct, built over a lifetime of careful moments, yet it can be shattered in a single instance of public carelessness. Therefore, guard it above all else. In every public act, in every word spoken, and in every moment of telling silence, you are either reinforcing this shield or allowing it to crack. The world is always watching, always judging, always ready to exploit a weakness. Let your legacy be one of deliberate strength and unshakable control. For in the unforgiving ecosystem of power, the reputation you meticulously build is the only true defense you will ever have. It is your fortress, your kingdom, and your crown. Protect it. If this video gave you clarity, consider liking and sharing it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment. I read them, and I'm interested in your perspective. Subscribe if you want to continue exploring psychology, power, and self-mastery, and watch the next video to go deeper into how power really works.